Hi guys, it's Gemma and this is your Tuesday video. This week we're going to be making a Christmas stocking. So firstly, let's get into what you will need. You'll need a template that you've made yourself, or grab an old Christmas stocking and take it apart using a seam ripper. And once you have all the sections, then you can make your template. To make your template, you'll need a template marker or a soft kohl pencil, just so that the colour transfers onto your fabric. Some scissors, they're quite standard in this, as sharp as possible. Some dressmaking pins. It depends if you're using a sewing machine or hand stitching this. I'm going to be hand stitching this because I am at Josh's house, as you can see from the background, and my sewing machine is at home. So to do hand stitching, obviously you need some needles and some thread. I'm making white stockings, so I'm using white thread, but you can use whatever thread works well with your stockings. You also need some fabric. I'm using dressmaking satin just because it's slightly thicker than regular satin. You can also use polar fleece. And then you just need whatever sort of decoration or trim that you want. I personally have little furry bits to go on the top of my Christmas stocking, as I'm doing a white on white one. You need, and now we can get started. So to get started, you want to take your piece that you have taken off of your Christmas stocking. This is just one half because I've got the other half pinned to my fabric at this moment in time, which is the next thing that you want to do. I've just done it here. I've pinned it all the way around. What you want to do is you want to take your tailoring pencil and just draw all the way around the outside. Once you've done that, you want to take the pins out. Okay, so I've drawn my pattern onto here, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, it only transfers quite faintly, the colour, so you do have to press quite hard. Obviously make sure you're using the right side of your fabric. On the polar fleece there isn't a side that you specifically have to use, but on the dressmaker satin, one side is tons shinier, but you can't see because of the light, than the other. So just make sure you're using the right side. So I'm going to cut this out and then I'll show you what it looks like. So once you've cut out your half of your stocking, go ahead and repeat the steps to get your second piece. Once you've done that, what you're then going to do is you're going to take both of your pieces and place them together with the satin side, or the fabric that is going to be showing once it is complete, facing inwards, so that no markings or pins or anything like that touch that main side for this moment. So now that both my pieces are pinned together in all sections apart from the top, because obviously we're not going to be stitching the top together because we want somewhere to open it, it's entirely up to you how you do this. If you are going to be sewing it using a sewing machine, your best bet is to take the pins out or tack along the pin line. So basically don't knot after you've finished sewing all around it, and just do a quick stitch all the way around so you know where you're going to be sewing with the machine. If you're doing it by hand, then you don't need to do this step. You can just go straight ahead and do a stitch all the way around. It's up to you which type of stitch that you want to do. I'm going to be doing the sort of an invisible stitch, so going around the outside, like so, instead of going straight down. So instead of going straight vertically, I'm going to be going around the outside just to bind those edges in a little bit closer. So now mine is all stitched together. I've turned it in the right way, and as you can see, all the stitch is sort of invisible. Mine still needs to be ironed before it's completely done, just to get the shape complete there, since some of the areas are a little bit flat and folded in too much. I've also just sort of pinned the fur to the top so you can sort of have an overall idea of how it would go. Basically, when attaching the fur, you want to make sure obviously that you can open it and basically attach it to the top. seems fairly standard, but just make sure to stitch around the sort of seam section here as well. And that is my completed tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you want to see all 4 of them complete, then comment down below and I'll be sure to make a blog post about it. Fur is going everywhere. Comment down below, subscribe, like, all of that sort of stuff, and I will see you next week, guys. Bye!